What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seat. All right, so it's time for the doctor to give his thoughts on NBA Playgrounds for the Nintendo Switch. Now, as you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I was actually really the first person to talk about this game. And it turns out it's pretty much exactly what I was hoping for. And it's a pretty decent game, pretty good game. Now, first of all, I actually was able to get a review code for this game. I mean, I was going to buy it anyway today, but yeah, managed to get a review code for the game. Shoutouts to Mikhail Casanova, a YouTube follower of mine who actually gave me the heads up on how to apply for a review code. And they actually sent me the review code like 30 minutes after I filed like the little application. So that's awesome. So shout outs to him. So NBA Playgrounds, is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not perfect, of course, but if you're a fan of NBA Jam, NBA Street, those types of games, you'll definitely dig this game, especially at the $20 price point. It's going to have online. The Nintendo Switch version doesn't have online yet. Supposedly the online is being added. I think it's Thursday, maybe as soon as this Thursday. We'll see about that. It might have been next Thursday. I don't know, but the online is coming soon. And no, that had nothing to do with Nintendo. It's the game. Pretty much, this is a really fast port, similar to Snake Pass, and also similar to Snake Pass's game. Is also running on Unreal Engine 4. So yeah, add another Unreal Engine 4 game to the Nintendo Switch's hat. Now, in NBA Playgrounds, it's pretty much very similar to NBA Jam, art style similar to NBA Street, and it borrows from both games and then has its own little style and flair to add to the mix. Now, I will say this, based on my experience, the learning curve for this game is much higher than both of those games. Now, you may be able to do more things in NBA Street versus this game, but getting used to the mechanics of this game takes way longer than NBA Street. And one of the main reasons for that is, especially if you're used to playing NBA Street and NBA Jam, because the timing on releasing the shots in this game kind of don't make sense. You have to release your shot very, very early, and there's not really a set animation that gives you a clue of when to release it, like NBA Jam, like NBA Street. So a lot of it kind of comes down to guesswork. Actually, it seems like there might be a sound cue when you're in the air that tells you when to do it, and that's what I've been doing. I'm having a lot more success with it. But once you get down that you need to release your shots way faster than NBA Street and NBA Jam, then you start doing much better. I mean, because when I was playing like NBA Jam and Street, like I was missing everything, like literally everything. And I was like, what is going on? But it turns out you just have to release your shots a lot faster in this game. Now, you have to pretty much unlock everybody in this damn game. Okay, you start off with a very limited amount of players, and you earn these players by points that you get by playing the game, winning games, and you get these player cards that you can unlock, and there's a set amount per team. There's new players and there's legends. If you beat the tournaments, you'll get gold packs. Gold packs usually have give you a better chance of getting like some legends, like some NBA legends in there. The thing that I didn't like about the packs is, I mean, just like if you buy freaking baseball, basketball cards in the real, you can get duplicates. Like, I got like 3 versions of freaking Chris Webber. Like, I got Chris Webber 3 times. I mean, now if you get a duplicate, they'll give you like more XP, but I'd already freaking maxed out Chris Webber, so it didn't freaking do anything, right? So I kept getting multiple Chris Webbers, multiple Derrick Roses, and it was pissing me off, right? Because there was like so many others that I needed to unlock. So like I said, you get more players. Pretty much the more you play, the more you unlock. Okay. The AI in this game is some of the. That's why I can't wait for the online, because the AI in this game is the cheesiest. Like, I'm talking arcade 1995 cheese. Like, there's it's crazy. Like, you'll see it when you play the game. You'll be about to win, and then all of a sudden, the CPU starts just dominating, like doing these like freaking crazy shots, and because you get extra points for having a perfectly timed shot. So you'll see at the end of the game when you're about to win, all of a sudden the CPU's getting all these like crazy and all these crazy power-ups and stuff like that. Now, how things work with the power-ups in this game, you have a stamina bar. Now, you gotta keep an eye out on the stamina bar at all times, because you have a stamina bar for each player, and if that stamina bar is low and it gets low fast, you can't do anything. Like, I'm saying, like, this is the first basketball game that I've seen that was like this, where you can airball. You can airball layups, dude. Like, if your stamina bar is if your stamina bar is depleted, don't even bother trying to use that player, because you won't be able to do anything. Okay. Now, things that drain your stamina bar actually are things like pushing, dribbling, like all kinds of things drain your stamina bar. And honestly, I wouldn't even recommend using the pushing mechanic, because it's too costly. So you have like a special bar at the top that fills up, and once that meter fills up, you can pretty much either have these specialty dunks. It's a lottery thing. You have either a specialty dunk, or you have where you're pretty much on fire, right? Now, when you're on fire and you shoot pretty much anywhere in the court, it's going in. No matter how the shot looks, no matter how ugly it is, if you're on fire, it's going in, right? So you don't want that meter to be depleted. And I found out that you can take the ball from somebody easy by shoving them, right? But if you shove them, your bar, no matter how full it is completely depleted. So it's not worth it. So the best option to try to take away the ball from someone is to steal. And it's ridiculously easy to steal the ball in this game. Really easy. So I wouldn't even bother with the push mechanic unless you are just really desperate or you're already dominating. It's very easy to steal in this game. It's actually pretty hard, at least based on my experience, to block niggas in this game. Goodness gracious. Now, see, the CPU, they'll block you all day. But for whatever reason, it's kind of hard to block shots in this freaking game. I don't know why. It seems like almost everything else is easier except blocking. Blocking is very hard in this game. So pretty much you'll just see back and forth of niggas dunking on each other. Don't even attempt a three unless you're hot, or the player that you choose has a high ranking in threes, or you're more than likely you're gonna freaking miss. Okay, this is pretty much like NBA Dunk Fest 2017. Like, I wouldn't bother with that many threes, like, unless you're picking somebody that's like rated like a 9, 8 or 9 in the threes. I wouldn't mess with it. There's a tournament mode to where you pretty much unlock everything. Exhibition mode is just pretty much practice mode. The tournament mode, you're gonna have different brackets, you win that tournament, and then you move on to the next tournament, which is in a different location, different country or whatever. But yeah, the game is it's pretty fun. Like, it sucks that the CPU is so cheesy, but that's why we have the online. But the online hasn't launched yet. I've actually been using the Pro controller for this game. The Joy-Cons work just fine, but actually the my Joy-Cons need to be charged, and I want to play the game, so I use the Pro, and now I'm used to using the Pro controller on this game. I usually use the Joy-Cons for most games, besides fighters, but this game is a good fit for the Pro controller. But I will be doing another video on this game once they launch the online, but the single player thus far, it's pretty decent. It's not perfect. The graphics on the Nintendo Switch version are decent. Like I said, it runs on Unreal Engine 4, but in this version, they have made like some sacrifices. And depending on how you, depending on your preference, really, you might actually think the Switch version looks better, because the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One version, they have like this different lighting, this soft bloom lighting on there, and it makes the textures appear softer and kind of blurrier, because it has a motion blur also, which it looks like the Nintendo Switch version doesn't have at this point. So some people may prefer the look of the Nintendo Switch version. The Nintendo Switch version looks a lot darker also. One thing though that is definitely a paring down of though are the cloth. There isn't any kind of moving clothing or cloth physics in the Nintendo Switch version so far, and yeah, that you notice, but honestly, it's not really that big of a deal. The game isn't that great looking on any system. I think actually the Nintendo Switch version will sell the best, because being able to play this kind of game on the go is kind of more important than the slightly better visuals, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think about the game, if you guys have tried it out, and let me know if you guys are going to pick it up later.